Hi VC, this is Aaron with Alamere, and today I am doing the cues in my collection. And I'll just get started right off here. And this band here is from Portland, Oregon, my hometown. And I only have one record of them, but they had a few. This is Quarterflash. Really good band. Hard in My Heart was on this. That's a really pretty big hit. And they had, what was her name? Rindy Ross was the lead singer. She's really good. Really good band here. Quarterflash. And up next is a pretty influential female artist. I really like her, actually. She's kind of rocking. Susie Quatro. First record from her. And she was a big influence on the Runaways and Joan Jett. And then I have another album by her called If You Knew Susie. And this is a pretty good one, too. I like this one. Got Stumbling In on it. That's a good song. Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. She has a Rick Derringer song. That's pretty good, too. But she was a bass player and a singer. Really good, actually. I like her. And next up, we got Queen. I'm missing the first record, but I do have Queen 2. This is a great record. One of their best, actually. And it's a gatefold here. It was. Yeah. And then there's the vinyl there. And this has got, Ogre Battle. I really love that one. And Nevermore. Seven Seas of Rye. A little more progressive and heavy. It's pretty good stuff. Then some Sheer Heart Attack. Another really good one. This might be their heaviest record they did. And this, it's got Killer Queen on it. Flick of the Wrist, that's really good. Stone Cold Crazy, which Metallica has redone. And Bring Back That Leroy Brown. I like that one too. Pretty good record here. And then A Night at the Opera. Really good really good record here too as well. Bohemian Rhapsody, of course, is from this one. You're My Best Friend. If you've seen the movie, that's a lot of it centered around this album. And then I think it's still this is the Red Electra label. Of course, Freddie Mercury is an amazing vocalist, but that whole band was really good. Brian May is a really good guitarist as well, and their whole band was good. And then News of the World. And there's I've always liked that cover. Pretty cool. And then here's the inside here. This one's got, the We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions. A few other really good ones. Get Down, Make Love, that's a good song. It's a good record. Pretty good all the way through. And then some jazz. Another good Queen record. And pretty cool setup they had there in the studio. A couple drum sets, I like that. A bunch of guitars. And this one had Fat Bottom Girls on it. That's a really good song. Bicycle Race. Good record here. And The Game, which is a pretty big album for them. It had a crazy little thing called Love, Play the Game, and of course Another One Bites the Dust. But the really good one is Dragon Attack is Killer. Really good song. And this is there's the label there. Pretty good record here. Very shiny. And then they had Flash Gordon, the music soundtrack. I actually like this one quite a bit too. I like that title song. And here's the inner here. Pretty cool from the movie. And the band. And then the vinyl label there. And then I have the greatest hits. If you're not a big Queen fan, this is a good place to start because it's got a lot of their big hits on it. Including Under Pressure with David Bowie, which is really good. And the inner has the shows what album all the songs came from, which is pretty cool. I wish more of them would do that. And there's the label. And then I have one more Queen record, and this is a Kind of Magic. And this is a really good album here, actually, too. Princes of the Universe was a really good song. really good one here. This one's a little harder to find, and I don't have any of their newer ones except for this one. Well, later on ones. But that's a pretty good record too. And up next is one of my favorite bands. This is Queens of the Stone Age with Rated R. Amazing record. Really killer all the way through. Every song's good on this. There's the label there. And then the back, the other side, different label. But you know, the Feel Good Hit of the Summer is just great. It's like 7, maybe 11 words in the whole song, but it's really good. And then Lost Art of Keeping a Secret, that's amazing. You know, this whole album's just amazing. Lego Lamb, Monsters in the Parasol, and Nick Oliveri sings a couple on here like Quick and to the Pointless. Tension Head's really good. It's a great record. I love that record. And I also have, this is that same record, but this actually came out first on vinyl. They call it Rated X. It's the same thing, basically. And it's got, a bunch of pictures in there. I don't really want to show them. And then it's on the red label. But it's the same record, same album. And then this is probably their most commercially successful, Songs for the Deaf, and it's usually, the color scheme is usually the opposite, where it's red with the black. But this is an opposite, and this has some bonus songs on it, which are The Lost Art of Keeping a Secret Live, Everybody's Gonna Be Happy, and Gonna Leave You, a Spanish version of Gonna Leave You, which is really cool. And on this album they had, there's Nick Oliveri, Dave Grohl on the drums, Josh Homme, and then there's Mark Lanigan, who did some singing too from Screaming Trees. And this is a really, really good record. It has really good sound quality, this one does. It's really killer sounding. And then there's the label. And this had their pretty big hit they had, No One Knows. Really good song. But, you know, like Sky is Falling is really good. Six Shooter, Gonna Leave You. Another love song. Every song. This is a really good song. The Mosquito song I really love. It's kind of an acoustic with the weird instruments they play. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff there. And then I have this. This is Era Vulgaris, and this is a 10-inch triple. It's pretty cool. It's goes out like that, and it's got 3 10-inch records with 2 songs on each side, which is pretty cool. You just pull them out here. You have the sleeves for them, and then they all have slightly different labels, but see, they're 10-inch, 2 songs per side, the whole record. It's pretty cool. And it sounds excellent. Really killer sound. It's one of my, I don't have very many 10-inch, but this is one of them. This is my favorite of my 10-inch records I have. It's kind of a odd shape to put in your collection though. Because most 10-inch records are like the 12-inch where they're shaped like that. This is shaped longer. It's longer this way. So it fits the same as the 12-inch records that direction. It's pretty cool. And yeah, that's a really good album too. Really good songs. There's the track list. And then I've got this one here. This is a really good one. It's Like Clockwork. Another Queens of the Stone Age. And yeah, Queens of the Stone Age. Josh Homme is the singer and guitarist. He's originally from Caius, who's one of my favorite bands. I actually like Caius a little better. But Queens of the Stone Age is great. And then he's in Eagles of Death Metal and then Crooked Vultures. He's pretty prolific. And there's the labels on this one. Pretty cool. But yeah, all their albums are good. There's a couple I'm missing of them. But I really love Queens of the Stone Age. Great band. Yep. Smooth Sailing. That's a really good one. Really good album here. And then I've got Villains. This is my last Queens of the Stone Age record. Another really good one. There's the band and various. And they're kind of, Josh Homme is really the only member that's with them every album. They kind of switch members here and there. But it's basically his band. And he's really good. And next up I have Queen's Reich, three Queens bands in a row. And this is a great band. This is their debut EP. Lady Wore Black and Blinded, Queen of the Reich, and Knight Rider. Great stuff. They were a little heavier on their first 2 records, and they're just really, really good. This is one of the best debut EPs ever. Really killer stuff. Jeff Tate's an amazing singer, and you know that Scott Rockenfield on the drums, and you know their whole band's really good. And then The Warning, this is another really great record. There's the band there. They kind of got lumped into the glam metal. I don't like to say hair metal, but the glam metal scene. But they were different. They're more progressive, and they had their own sound. Really good band here. This is a great record. I mean, The Warning. Just that song is so killer. Take Hold of the Flame was their single. Child of Fire. Really good record. But this here is my favorite Queensryche record. This is Reach for Order. And this is the album that got me into them. I actually got this from Columbia House as one of the selections of the month. I'd never heard them. Got this, and I was like, it kind of shocked me at first. It was a little different sounding from what I was used to hearing. And then I really got into them. And Gonna Get Close to You is really good. My favorite Queensryche song ever is on this, called Walk in the Shadows, the lead-off track. I love that song. But this whole album's really good. They had a little gothic look on this during this album. There's the label. But yeah, every song on this, I Dream in Infrared's great. The Whisper, you know, The Killing Words, Chemical Youth. It really great record here. And I also have the Gonna Get Close to You 12-inch, which sounds amazing. And then here's their amazing record, Operation Mindcrime. This is a repress. All those other ones are original copies. This is a killer. One of the best concept records ever, maybe the best one. I don't know. It's in top 5 for sure. And it's just amazing. And I saw them on tour for this. They opened up for Metallica. Saw them in Justice for All and Operation Mindcrime. They played this whole album. It was really cool. Yeah, great record here. And then I've got Empire as well. Another good record. I prefer their earlier ones to this, but this is also good. You know, it's got Jet City Woman and Empire and Silent Lucidity. You know, Anybody Listening. You know, it's had a bunch of their big hits, but I prefer their other ones. But this record here, this is just like a couple years old. They pressed it, and it sounds amazing. It just comes right out of your speakers when you're hearing it. It's probably, and it's on this cool vinyl here. It's just an amazing sounding record. And then the last Queensryche I have is their newest. I don't have anything between Empire and this one. This is The Verdict, and this is actually really good. And it came with the CD, so I leave that in my car and listen to it. And this is really good. It kind of grew on me. It took me a couple listens, and I really got into it. Good record. It's very progressive metal. Good stuff. Yeah, it's hard to beat Queensryche. They're a great band. And the last band in my queues is Quiet Riot. This is actually the album that got me into heavier music. Before that, I was listening to, the Beatles, and Greg Kihn was one of my favorites, and a few others. But this album, when this came out, I started getting into heavier stuff, and I love this record. It's killer. You know, every song. Slick Black Cadillac, Love's a Bitch, Let's Get Crazy. You know, the popular songs too. This is really good. And then, of course, I have a sealed copy, Condition Critical. I also have a player copy. That's a really good one. I have Mama, We're All Crazy Now. Their first 2 albums, their 2 biggest hits, Come On Feel the Noise and Mama, We're All Crazy Now, are actually Slade songs they redid. And Slade's a good band too. I have some Slade. They'll be coming up in the S's. But this is a good record too. Party All Night. Stomp Your Hands, Clap Your Feet. That's a good one. Good record there. And this is a really cool one here. This is a Live 83. So it's a live bootleg record. And it's got Let's Get Crazy, Condition Critical, Run for Cover, Winners Take All, Come On Feel the Noise, Mental Health, Danger Zone, and Gonna Have a Riot. Which Danger Zone and Gonna Have a Riot, I believe, are from their first 2 records. Maybe their first or second record when they had Randy Rhoads with them. And I actually don't have those. I'd like to find those. They're really hard to find. I think they were only released in Japan. This is a good record. Good sounding live record here. And then I've got some QR3. I remember when the Wild and the Young video came out, and the drumming, Frankie Banali's drumming at the beginning. He's one of my favorite drummers, Frank Banali. And yeah, it's really good. I prefer Mental Health as probably my favorite of theirs, but they're all good. They're on that Pasha label. And then this is the final one I have, and this is a self-titled Quiet Riot. And on this one they had Paul Shortino from Rough Cut as a vocalist, and it's really good. kind of an underrated record. It doesn't really sound like quite Riot or Rough Cut. It's kind of like in between. But it's a really good record. I like this album a lot. It kind of is overlooked. And, you know, Rudy Sarza was gone. They had a different bass player at this point, right there. But, yeah, that's a really good record. It's also on Pasha. And, yeah, that's really underrated. Very good record here. So there go my cues. That's, you know, there's only a few bands, but all the bands in there are really good. It's a really good selection there. And my R's will be coming next, and there's some great bands, a lot of good hard rock, heavy metal. You know, the Rolling Stones were in the R's. There's a lot of great R's. So, all right, until next time, rock on.